That slaps. Hello friends, welcome back to Pour Over Books. My name is Will, and today we're doing the Booktube Newbie Tag. The Booktube Newbie Tag was made originally by a booktuber named Brenda C. It's basically just some questions about me, about my channel, and it's a way for all of us to find new booktubers to follow. First, a bit about myself. My name is Ingvill, but I use the name Will as a nickname. I was born and raised in Norway. I moved to Canada to live with my now wife. I read a lot, I talk a lot about books, and I work as a content writer. Question 1. Why did you start this channel? It was mostly because I was watching a lot of booktube videos with my wife and I was jealous because it looked like so much fun. I like talking about books. I like having conversations about books. I like yelling out into the void about the books that I read. I will often go onto my Instagram story and be like, this book, here's my review. I post reviews on Storygraph, and I just enjoy the literary community. I'm also an English major, so like there's that. I also started the channel so I can more have a overview of my reading journey. Then there's also the aesthetic. I'm very much an aesthetic person. I want things to be pretty, and if I can work hard to make my videos be aesthetic, that's what I hope to do. And I want to make friends who are also readers. Question 2. What are some fun and unique things that you can bring to BookTube? One of the main things, I guess, is that I'm not born and raised in North America. I am probably going to talk about some Norwegian books. I'm going to talk about Norwegian reading culture a little bit probably, and I'm definitely going to talk about Norwegian classics. I love Norwegian classics so much. Question 3. What are you most excited for about this new channel? I guess I answered this a little bit in the first one, but I am excited about the community and getting to interact with other people in comments, in videos. I have a few other friends who are on AuthorTube and BookTube, so I'm probably going to be doing doing videos together. I'm excited to share my opinions, and I have many opinions. Hopefully there will be no very dramatic opinions, but if you disagree with me, I want to know. I'm excited to do the learning curve of editing and filming and lighting, etc., and just the learning about how to read books, how to do reviews, how to critically think about things in a way I don't, and develop a different form of self-love. Because I feel like filming yourself talk about things and then editing that video and then putting out that video and then sharing that video, it takes so many levels of self-acceptance and self-love, so I'm hoping to get that along the way. Question 4. Why do you love reading? I love reading because it makes me feel seen. I read so many books that are just relate to my own personal experiences, you know? I love when authors tell me things about myself I don't necessarily know. On the opposite side, there's the wide array of experiences in books that talk about experiences that I've never had, but I can still immerse myself and engage with their experiences. And I love that. I love the multiplicity of reading. Question 5. What book or series got you into reading? I read so much when I was a kid, but the one that probably started my love for reading is the Delta Quest series by Emily Rodda. An absolute banger. I reread it every now and again, and it is still so much fun. If you don't know it, it's basically a middle grade fantasy story. They're very thin, very easy to read. I probably went through 5 books in a day when I was 8. And yeah, it's just a fun fantasy read. There is an anime that I have watched. I love that for me. Question 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Currently my favorite booktubers are Literary Diversions and Katie Colson. And I would probably, this is so hard because I would want to sit down and have conversations with them, you know? Okay, I would probably ask, what book made you feel the most seen when you read it? What book made you recognize something within yourself that you didn't previously know? Question 7. What challenges in starting a booktube channel do you think will be the hardest to overcome? Definitely the time, because it takes so much time. You have to film, you have to edit, you have to watch the video several times, and the videos that I've put up already, I started out with 30 minutes of content, and then I had to clip that down, and I am still really self-conscious in front of a camera, so I'm stuttering a lot. I am using a lot of interjections and a lot of little sounds, and so I have to cut out a lot. Yeah, the time. It's gonna take me so much time to find a good working schedule. Because I get very easily distracted. I struggle with like keeping up habits, and that's gonna be so difficult. But I want to make time for it, so I'm gonna do it. Question 8. When did you start reading? I feel like I've always been reading. I think I started reading in like when they taught me how to read. In first grade, I started reading immediately. Yeah, no, I've basically been reading since. It was my main hobby in elementary school, and I, like, halfway into high school, I was, like, a heavy reader, and then I stopped because being a teenager is difficult, being high school is difficult. I had, like, some mental health things going on, so I stopped reading, and then I went high school, university. The last few years of university I started reading again, and then I'm slowly picking my pace up. The first year I like got back into reading, I read like 40 books, and then the next year 50 books, and this year I have read like 70 books so far, which is fantastic. So I have started reading twice. Question 9. Where do you read? My main reading place is probably on the bus, because I take the bus to work, and so I just read on the bus. I read at home when I have the time. I read at work. Sometimes while I'm working, I will listen to audiobooks. I will also read during the lunch break. I'm sorry to my coworkers that I don't talk to you, but it's just that the book I'm reading is so engaging and I have to finish it. It's very important to me. So a little bit all over the place. Question 10. What kind of books do you like to read? This is a complicated question. In terms of genre, I read a lot of fantasy and I read a lot of classics. I know I'm very pretentious about it, but like I love reading classics so much. I'm an English major. What do you want from me? And I read a lot of romance too. My favorite books will always be like really emotional, like hard-hitting, deep books with like really heavy themes and really impactful like storylines. I love books that talk about human relations and like what it means to be human, but I'm also like I'm never gonna say no to a fun little rom. So yeah, I have some videos up already if you want to go look at some of the books that I have read so far this year. I have some videos up that you can watch. A lot of them I'm gushing about. I've read a lot of good books so far this year, so there's a lot of gushing going on. I can give you a bit of insight into exactly what kind of books that I am obsessive about. And that's all the questions. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for engaging with my content. If you have any thoughts on what I said, please comment below. If you enjoy the video, you can, I'm doing the standard YouTube thing. This is so weird. But mostly I'm just so excited to be here, and I hope that you can be excited with me. Until next time, take care of yourself. I love you so much. Bye.